Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to our pyanodon's Season 3 playthrough. Well, we've got long inserters, I guess, so that's nice. What are we even doing right now? I don't know. We probably need to do the rest of our researches here for Pi1 Science Domestication. What's this do again? Oh yeah, you can use AUGs to make power? So weird. And then you can feed them to what's it called? To like rejuvenate them. I don't think we're gonna do AUG-based power anytime soon, but I guess we need to queue up this research. Also, a creature chamber upgrade. Huh. I'm curious what those actually do. Anyway, what else do we need? We need fertilizer eventually. We need accumulators eventually. I mean, let's start with just queuing up green science. Okay, so anyway, where did we leave off? I've got coffee, but I don't have memory. So those are not... That's not working out for me. Cottonguts? Ralesia? Something like that. I think we were working on more Ralesia plantations, actually, which I have. Okay. So let's plop these down, and we can get all these going and producing seeds for our Cottongut food farms. I sure didn't give this a lot of space, did I? I can put this flippin' anywhere. And I shall. And I shall put this anywhere. Because I just kind of realized we've automated literally everything about Cottongut food other than the Ralesia, so we might as well automate that too. We can just plop it over here and hook it up, and then we've got fully automated Cottongut food, which is going to be really nice. I'll put it over here so I have more space for shale oil stuff later. And all we need to do is connect this water, which is already right here. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's see. Power. Like that. Soil, hydrogen. Let's see. We're gonna need the seed doodads. We're gonna need water to be hooked up. Why is this one rotated wrong? Get rotated, idiot. Alright. Alright, that's good, that's good, that's good. Okay. All is good. Now, the seeds are gonna have to do a little bit of a song and dance here where we output priority left, and then these go up and over. And then we'll just have these go along. And they need to go up to here. Certainly have made a bit of a mess for myself, haven't I? Guess at this point I should just do that. Alright, so you come up. And then over, and then... I mean, at this point... think this is what we want. Share the seaweed belt. And we can do that. Yeah, looking pretty good. Ralesia seeds. Oh, I haven't checked for spoilage. Okay. Okay, thank God. Oh, deep breaths. Nothing spoils. We're okay. Everything's okay. It's just like, you don't even think about it, you know, and then all of a sudden you have this panic attack. Okay, so hold on. We need more of that. We need more of this. Connect you. I need the water. Actually, over here. And then those need the flowers. And then we need the seeds. And then we need the water. And then we need the power. And then we need the lamps. And then we need the coffee. Much better. Okay, so let's see. We got Ralesias, Fredasias. Is this even enough? Yeah, it's more than enough. I mean, we're talking, that's enough soil for 16 Ralesia plants, and it's enough hydrogen for like 24, so don't need to change anything about those two things for a while. And okay, I want to intercept the next two sets of Ralesia because we still have some extra seeds, and then we can fill up these guys because it makes 10 per recipe, right? Yeah, that's enough to fill a building. No, they need 12 per building. So almost enough. Alright. Actually, we had just enough to fill all of them. Ta-da! And now they're all running. So that gives me a total of what? 0.32, but I have to subtract off half of the seed cost as flowers, roughly. So it's really like 0.2. Well, but we're making seeds, so that's even more confusing. Because 5 goes to 8. So we multiply that by 8/5, but then I subtract off that. That's the math here. Math is 0.32 times 8/5, and then we subtract off whatever that was. And that's 512 minus 256. Whoa! 512 minus 256? That's 256. Crazy. I'm sure that was planned. That's interesting. Because it's 8/5, and then it multiplies by 5/4. And 8/5 times 5/4 is exactly 2, isn't it? 8/5 times 5/4 is 40/20. Yeah. Crazy. Okay, that's cool. Anyway, not that that matters really for anything important, it's just neat. I just think it's neat. Hey, we need to offload the Ralesia. Oh gosh. I did not pay very close attention. this. You know what we should do is have an actual, like, tileable system here. So something like this. And then this. Because, yeah, I just was going by the seat of my pants here, and that was not working for me. That goes here. And then that one does that, and then... that? No. Oh, we need another connection. Okay, and then the seeds, we've got enough to share here. Perfect. All right. I think Ralesias are looking pretty good, and that way we've got Ralesia seeds going. For our Cottongut food and powdered Ralesia into starch, into basic Cottongut food, into the chest. Perfect. Perfect. Black liquor. Yeah, that black liquor thing is still kind of weird. I'm interested to see how that looks later in the game. Because looking ahead, it looks kind of rough. But maybe it'll be better than... Because there's going to be all sorts of new ways to do all the other things we were looking at. You know, like maybe the version... I probably shouldn't go back into this rabbit hole, but maybe this version isn't so bad. Because 60 sap is basically free at that point, potentially. And this is also maybe not that bad to do. Oh, or this one. How did I miss this? We can just turn tar into tall oil. Oh! Okay, I missed that one when we were looking at the ways to make tall oil. Or there's even just straight up naphtha to tall oil. Okay, so tall oil is not that hard to get. So then this recipe is, I mean, it's a terrible ratio, but given that you can already turn tar into tall oil at a ratio of 2.5 to 1, that means we're gonna get back 120 makes 50. Well, I guess that's not as much return on investment as I thought, but we get some of the tall oil back. And then sap, you know, when you've got sap module 2 and all that sort of thing, sap's gonna be a lot faster. Sap tree mark 2 is twice as fast. So we'll be going. And then what about a sap plantation? Or whatever it's called. This one, sap extractor. Yeah, it has twice as many slots, and the speed is, what is that, 33% more? So it's 0.444 with an 800% boost rather than 0.333 with a 200% boost. So it's 4 times as fast, as far as I can tell, when you've got the modules and the building. Alright, anyway, that's a total digression. For now, I just want to make sure that the Ralesia seeds are backing up here, and they are. Okay, so Ralesia and Cottongut food I can forget. So now we need to begin on actual Cottonguts. Actual Cottonguts need fish eggs and moon drops. This is for studs, though. What I need to do is set up another block that's designed to produce just regular Cottongut, which are these little guys. Because these are the ones we actually slice and dice for Sarcorases, or whatever it was. Is that what we need them for? What do we need the little mice? Lab rats? We need the lab rats for something. Yeah. Solidified Sarcoras. We don't need a lot of them. 0.056 is it. So if we start with that, it's really not that bad. And then the pups come from Cottonguts, which then die to breed. It's kind of a weird situation. I guess, again, that's representing their very short lifespans. So it's kind of like 4 Cottonguts can breed 10 pups before they pass on to the next life or something. So if we matrix solve that to get the amount we need for logistics science, it's not actually that difficult. The real difficulty is in the tree seeds, which needs wood. Not very much though. And the Ralesia, which we've already looked at, being a giant pain in the booty. And then moondrops. Moondrops keep falling on my head. Alright, and then that's all matrix solved. So this is the build for logistics science. Now in this, there's a part of me that wants to make this a little bigger because Cottonguts could be useful for other things. Maybe we max out the repro complex. So instead we go ahead and divide by 0.736, but then multiply by 1. And then we divide by, because it's still rounding, we divide by 0.999 and multiply by 1. There we go. Unfortunately, that needs just over 5 and just over 7. So maybe instead we go down to 7 moondrops and save ourselves 2 buildings here. So instead we divide by 7.179 times 1 times 5 or times 7. There we go. All right, I'm happy with those numbers, and we need to get all that crafted. So then Prandium Labs, we've got 5 already. Repro Complex, I need small parts and iron. By the way, I do think we're gonna have to work on metals soon. Yeah, I mean, look at tin. Tin is just a sad excuse for existence. We just don't have enough stuff. And I'm using, you know, every time I build a new thing like this, like we're using so many resources for all these buildings and we just don't have enough to keep up. And then I added this death mall over here. And it's a death mall because it spells death for our base. Though the trains are stocked up. Those are stocked up. The rails are never going to be stocked up. And mechanical parts are slowly accumulating. Once those are backed up, that will save a lot of resources. The signals are backed up. Ooh, the combinators are all backed up. Okay, that's not quite as bad then as I thought. We're actually getting close to being backed up on all this. It's Duralumin that's the problem right now. Which makes sense because we don't have enough aluminum. Oh well. Moving on with our lives. Repro complex. I needed small part. Do I even have small parts? No, I need small parts too. Run around like crazy. Alright, there's a repro. We need more of these guys. And then... I don't know what. Moondrops. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna need pipes, I think. Hey, we made the first Cottongut food. It happened. Huzzah. Oh, you know what else I just noticed is we've got trash in our inventory. Get out of there. I mean, we have all sorts of trash, actually, that we don't want. Like bolts and carriage. Ugh. And chromium. Get out of here. Alright, anyway, we also needed 5 more Ralesias, which require treated wood, which I don't have in my inventory. We do have that over here. I'm gonna need a little bit more, actually. But we need a lot more glass for that, and lamps. So I'll go grab lamps from here. We are just playing Logistics Bot Simulator. Grab 100 lamps. And soil, we've got a lot, but I need a lot more glass. Just take all of it. And then I'm out of duralumin. I was worried about that moment happening. Crap. Yeah, I mean, I might need to improve aluminum production now, despite not wanting to do it now. Alright, deep breaths. This is a Zen garden. We're here to have fun. Let's just relax, take stock of our options, and just progress the base. We don't have to be bothered by these things. We're happy here. I mean, we are getting aluminum. If I just wait 5 hours, we'll have enough. The problem is I do need to actually stockpile up some duralumin. So you need to be enabled only if dura greater than 200. So that's kind of one of the problems that we've been having. The other is that Phoenix and Vitraloy both cost a lot of resources, and they were building all the way up. Vitraloy even cost 1.5 duralumin a piece. And that belt, look at this. Look at this buffer. This buffer of Vitraloy is 1.5 denser than a buffer of duralumin. So like, think of how much duralumin we wasted by having this long Vitraloy belt, right? So we just threw hundreds of duralumin into the trash by having that, which is a big cost and a big part of why we're out of duralumin. And then another part of why we're out of duralumin is making all these things. So that certainly is all adding up. I mean, a single locomotive is 25, so there's another 250 duralumin plus more that we're throwing in the trash. Brakes also cost 20 duralumin a piece, and, well, 26 if you count the Vitraloy. Or no, 23. And then, yeah. Each locomotive needs 4 brakes, which is another... So yeah, I mean, these are well over 100 duralumin a piece. when you add it all up. So it makes sense that we kind of demolished our Duralumin supplies. Anyway, so Duralumin's having to build up for me to be able to afford these. I hopefully can afford the circuits. Nope, I can't even afford the circuits. Yikes. I mean, I can, but gosh. Iron I can afford. That's the one thing that we have been keeping up with. Somehow. Alright, well anyway, once we have enough for that, we'll get that. I should have a botanical nursery. 2 bot nurses. Burner assembler. And some mice. So the only input to this is wood and water? Am I getting that right? I think so. And I will need another soil extractor. And another electrolyzer. Which needs aluminum. Which... I'm not stockpiling. Let's do that. There's an electrolyzer. Okay. Let's go grab that treated wood so that we have the proper amount of that. It's over here. I just need exactly 150 for the other 3. We're also going to need a lot more soil. But hey, 4 Cottongut food. Nice. And then the Ralesia is not running anymore. What did I do? I disconnected the water somehow. Oh, right. When I rebuilt all that. Does that count as doing the thing I just talked about never doing again in the last episode? Or maybe it was 2 episodes ago. I mean, it sort of counts. This is a little different because this was rebuilding the thing itself. The thing that happened in the other episode is that, you know, in rebuilding this, I destroyed the light oil pipeline that was passing through it, right? That's the thing I've talked about not doing. This was a little different because it's not like there was a pipeline passing through that we messed up. However, it is close enough to make me feel like I really just my brain is broken in that way, apparently. Anyway, what are we doing right now? Right now, we are maybe thinking about upgrading aluminum. Hey, I kind of have made a crappy mall. I'm gonna check that off the list. It still doesn't have any buildings in it, but it has train stuff in it, and it has mechanical parts in it. So I'm gonna call that a crappy mall, because we can continue. Look, this idea over here is infinitely expandable. Because what we can do is we can add a mixer to make things a little more spicy and spaced out. And what we can do is we can add a couple assemblers that actually make buildings onto this, because most of the things we need to make buildings are already on this belt. And so we really could automate a lot of stuff. And most of the stuff we have automated over here could also go on this. And then eventually, well, I don't know. Eventually we could do stacking so that we can fit more items on a yellow belt, density-wise, which is great. Anyway, back to this. I want to get Cottongut stud production actually running, so I need to be looking at this one, which needs seaweed. Right. So let me pin this instead. So we are going to need some seaweed. And fish eggs. So over here seems like a great place to set up Cottonguts. Maybe over below the batteries here, down here. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, fish are broken. All right, let me get a few seaweed crop facilities and then time to debug the fish. No, I didn't say debone the fish. I said debug the fish. You heard me right. This is a problem, isn't it? Isn't it a problem? Oh gosh. I don't even have enough tin plates. Okay, we need some limestone, we need some tin. Alright. Also, how's stone brick doing? Stone brick's doing great. Are we stockpiling tin over here? I think I'm not. Unfortunately. Yeah, I'm not. We need a few hundred tin over here as well. Wow, I just have like no tin anywhere. Do I? Tin plate, storage. Oh, whoa. Ha ha ha, the mother lode. This is where factory search comes in handy. You know, if I had thought really hard, I might have remembered this, but this was so many hours ago that we moved our tin production. I mean, I think it was 20 plus hours ago. So that is awesome. Okay, first order of business is to get this inserted down here so we can kind of cover over the lack of production for a while. That's awesome. I mean, what's our tin production rate right now? It's 40 a minute. So this is like, this is gold. This is a lot of tin. Do I have trash I can get rid of? I don't need those rail things for right now. Duralumin is not trash. I almost threw that in there. Just because I have such a small amount of it, it looks like it's trash. Uh-oh. No, we have burning of soot set up. Perfect. Perfect. What is that? What is this whole system even doing? Is this my hot air situation? What is this? What is this setup? The setup is making coke. Is that all it does? No, this is the setup to make coal gas for aluminum mining. That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay. And then apparently... yeah, and that's getting topped up by that. Okay, okay. Anyway, we're not getting sucked into looking at systems that are ancient. We're trying to get sucked into looking at systems that are now. The future is now, old man. Alright. Let's just get that offloaded. Grab the rest. You know, we could try the same thing for duralumin. Not so lucky. I figured we wouldn't be, but worth a shot, I guess. Alright, so anyway, that's what we need. And then some limestone. Where would limestone be? Looks like we got some down here. I think 4 is enough for what we're doing here. I'm not going to build more than that. Okay. By the way, you guys may have noticed that there was a episode gap. There wasn't one on Sunday, and that's going to be the day that I will most often. So right now I'm kind of in a really good holding pattern for recording these Pi videos. Really enjoying it. One a day. Sometimes I record 2 or 3 in the same day, you know, but like releasing 1 a day. But minimum of 5 a week. So if I do take days off, it will be the weekend days. So if you're like, oh, I really want to have a Pi episode to watch on the weekend, then what I would recommend is staying, you know, stay a day or 2 behind towards Thursday, Friday, so that in case one doesn't get dropped over the weekend, that way you have one. But yeah, just so you guys know, I am kind of doing a minimum of 5 a week, so there will be one for all 5 weekdays, and then often there will be one for at least Saturday, but there might not be. And if there's not a, you know, if I do 6 in a week, it'll be Sunday that doesn't have the release. So that's just kind of the pattern we're in right now. Now, first thing we're gonna do is fix fish. We gotta debug the fish. What happened here? So obviously things spoiled into BioCrud. That's not surprising. We knew that would happen because fish eggs spoil. But what we don't understand is what exactly happened. Is it just that we didn't have a chest for BioCrud? Because that might be all that the problem is right now. And you're just loading that and loading that. And then it has this bonkers circuit condition. Yeah, why don't you just go do a full trip and bring more ingredients? So something went wrong here. What went wrong exactly? I think what went wrong is that we were consuming all the fish when we shouldn't be. We consumed all the fish to make more eggs. But that's only supposed to happen if fish is less than 4 on this belt. Which it was. So how did things spoil in the first place if this was running? Did we run out of... We ran out of lamps. That's not spoilable. We should have lamps. Did my caravan fail? Did he fail to find lamps? Shouldn't have. No. I think we're okay on lamps. I wonder what, maybe the circuit condition was broken. I did see there were multiple patches regarding the circuit condition. It could be that. Something broke with the caravan in the last 5 hours. And that's what caused this. Because fish eggs spoil in only 30 minutes, so it doesn't take that long. But yeah, it seems like it was a lamp shortage that caused this problem. And what's the stone for? Oh, the stone is for saline water. Oh, I can't wait till we have salt. I mean, we do. We just need to actually get it going. Maybe I'll put that on my to-do list. Mine salt. Because I can certainly use caravans to move it around, and that's a much more efficient way to make saline water. Both in terms of how many washers we need, and also salt, I want to say stacks to 100. No, it also only stacks to 50, but it does make 10 saline water per salt. Whereas stone only makes 5 saline water per salt. Or per stone. So you get twice as much saline water per stack. Not to mention, it's way cheaper than stone regarding your base, because the salt mine works at a very fast pace. And I think, well, maybe things have changed. What fuel does it take? It does consume fluid fuel, but it mines 10 a second. So. And you just don't need salt for anything else right now. You just basically use it for only that. Anyway, the bio crud. Can we do anything with it yet? I keep thinking Factoriopedia might help me. There's only a few times where Factoriopedia is actually useful right now, which is a bummer. We can already compost it into biomass. Okay. And then we can use that biomass to burn the biocrud. So it certainly is already something we can get rid of. But we've already got a composter down here, which is kind of ironic because we need biomass to feed the fish. So I could use the I mean, if I am willing to have an ugly belt here, I can use this biocrud to aid the production of fish in the future and use less resources. You know, this is the pie hard mode style where you're like, okay, you know, go ahead and feed the biocrud into here. You know. What's the easiest way to do this? This, and then that builds up in here, and then we have some sort of burner that I should blueprint this. This is something I do regularly. In fact, what if I had that instead of the burner building itself? The downside is then I can't see how many burners I have in my inventory, but that is basically what I do every time. Anyway, so then we're gonna feed the biomass into there. Like that. And then the bio crud in here, and then what we'll do is we'll also do one here, and then this is saying, hey, only do that if you have a heckin' lot of bio crud, like, you know, over 2,000 bio crud, and then you are chilling and saying only insert if bio crud is less than 20. So you don't need to insert moss, and we don't need to spend stone on moss if we've already got lots of bio crud to compost. So there you go. That is all good to go. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. Fuel that forever. And now what? Now we need to restart the fish. I'm still a bit worried on what happened here. It must have been running out of lamps. So now that we have combinators, I think it's time to control the system, right? We're supposed to have lamps and biomass. I mean, I could even measure the oxygen, but that one's less necessary. The only way we end up not having oxygen is we run out of water, which is not, I say it's not possible. It's totally possible because I could cut off the supply. But as long as I don't cut off the supply, the only way we run out of that is power. I'm not gonna ever build my base to handle running out of power for a long time. A lot of crap's gonna break if we run out of power. And I'm just okay with that. I'd rather deal with that once or twice than build everything to handle low power. Now, if it would break if I go to like a 90% brownout, then that's probably not good. I don't want things to break that easily, but as long as it can handle, you know, a little bit of a brownout once in a while, I'm fine with that. Anyway, what we need to measure here is the whole belt reading stuff. And we want to measure that belt. And why is that measuring 10? Just happens to be connected to that building. And that's connected because it's measuring the... And this is running based on the fish. So that's saying we still need more fish. So go grab stuff, right. I do have 39,000 fish oil for what it's worth. Anyway, I need to grab a few extra fish to just get things running here. But what we want is we're only gonna make fish eggs if we have all the things happening at the same time. A bunch of and conditions here. So what we want is we want fish to not be backed up. So fish is less than 4. We also want lamp to be greater. This is on the circular belt. I think if it's anything greater than 5, I'm chill about it. But if lamps have disappeared on the belt, we should stop making eggs. And biomass, same story. Now biomass is another one where, like, do we really need this? Probably not. But if all of those are true, then we can output the green signal. Also, this is amazing. This is such a great feature. Now you can have it output something other than 1. It's beautiful. That's so useful in so many places. Now, granted, in the ways that we're using combinators these days, I don't know if we'll need it, but I've certainly wanted that feature before, and I know you guys have too. All right, so now we just want green to be greater than 0 for these to run. And then we connect the output to the same line. So those are enabled. Okay, so what that should mean is that the only time we make fish eggs is if A, we can use the fish eggs because we have the other ingredients ready to go, and B, we need the fish, so the fish are never gonna get backed up. So that should fix basically what happened. Because what happened is we ran out of lamps for whatever reason. Don't know why. But somehow we ran out of lamps. And then we ended up with... How did I run out of lamps, though? I think it must have been the caravan. It maybe was a caravan issue, because this has had... I mean, maybe this didn't produce lamps for a while or something, but... I don't know. Maybe it's waiting too long? Maybe that wait condition is too long? I tried to time it... Because didn't we decide that like 100 lamps is enough to run all this for 700 seconds? Yeah, I mean, that checks out. Well, no, that's only 600 seconds. If 7.6 are running constantly. So maybe I do need a few more lamps. Maybe this wait time is too long. Let's bump that down to like 550. The circuit condition isn't working. That's the problem. Oh no. equals 1. It does equal 1. It's only for one tick. Maybe they don't check every tick. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe they don't check every tick. Interesting. Cause he's not doing anything. And he should be. Well, that explains what broke. Interesting. Well, that's okay, because he can now just do fish less than 4. What is going on here? Oh, fish is 20? Wait, how is fish 20? Oh, we're also reading the belt. Oh no, I'm mixing things I shouldn't be mixing. That needs to be a red connection. And red fish is less than 4. Because we're also doing the whole belt reader for those ingredients, but this is not for the whole belt reader, so I don't want to mix those two. Okay. All right, well, I don't know. I guess they just don't check every tick or something like that. You'd think, though, at some point it would check on the same tick that the signal was there, but I don't know. Something wasn't working there. I thought the one tick of transport belt being there would be good enough, but it was not. Anyway, the output signal is not being output. There we go. Okay, I believe we have debugged the fish. Do I have enough to keep the cycle going? Yes. All right, fish shall resume doing fish things. Now, the fact that fish eggs spoil makes this whole thing even more annoying, because now I have another need for fish eggs, which is separate from all this, and I'm gonna need to pull fish eggs out of this nightmare environment. So basically, fish eggs are getting produced if we need fish, and we see this is where I'm praying. One of my most desired features for Factorio 2.1 is being able to do parenthetical nesting here. Because what we have here is we have two things that we need to be true, and then I want to have a this or that. But it's just not possible, because the ors automatically nest themselves behind the ands. So basically, if I want to say, hey, we need fish eggs for Cottonguts, then I'm gonna also need to have these two conditions copied again. I wish you could grab numbers with the pipette. I had never tried it until just now, but just now I'm thinking, wouldn't it be nice if I could just middle click and it would grab 20, just like it grabs that, and I could click on a number and it would plug in 20. Because now we need these to be the same, and then over here we can have some sort of, you know, Cottongut measurement thing. I'll just put Cottongut greater than 1. You know, we'll just send a Cottongut signal. But basically, I want to be making fish eggs if either of these is true, but we also always need to check that these two things are true. Otherwise, I shouldn't be trying to make fish eggs. And this is just a really inefficient way to do it. Because really what we would like is we would like to do this and this or this. But we can't. So that feature is probably my most desired feature for 2.0 or 2.0, 2.1. We already have 2.0. Anyway, then why are we reading this belt, by the way? Am I doing anything with the fish egg belt reader? I don't think I am, actually. Now that I look at things, I don't think we're doing anything. I think I can delete that, right? Because these... Building... Oh. Right. Phytoplankton. Wait, is there a reason to do that? Hold on. Yeah, I mean, I just don't want to make too many fish eggs so that they back up like crazy. So I guess we should have added that into here as well. But then again, that just makes this messier if we have two different... If we have an or condition, then we need to and together the fish eggs, I don't know, whatever. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. That's actually a reasonable solution. Because this just means if fish eggs start to back up, the phytoplankton will get cut off. And then when fish eggs are not backed up, it resumes phytoplankton. So that's fine. That's fine. Anyway, how do we get fish eggs out of here? That's the real question. Because there is no belt room here. In fact, this would have been a perfect place for an underground belt that escapes. In fact, I might still do that, because I can cut and paste. And it's still connected to all the things, it looks like. And the inserters are still getting the signals. Correct. Alright, so now we're going to steelify. Also, what happened? Why are fish not running? Oh, it's because they didn't. Yeah, the eggs got distributed poorly because of the way inserters are slow. Makes 10 fish. I did. Oh, one of them was. Okay, there we go. Alright, anyway, that grabs the fish eggs and spits them out over here. And that one also only runs if the Cottongut signal is on. The bat signal. Oh, see, this is tricky. Because we can only steal fish eggs from the system if we have enough fish. Good God. Because, I mean, I guess I could do it. This is kind of like an overflow belt situation, but you can't just make fish eggs constantly. Man, spoilage really adds a mess, right? Like, there's so many ways, there's so many little steps to this that spoilage makes it messier. Because if fish eggs didn't spoil, you could just let them back up, and then you could just use an overflow belt. But here, an overflow belt, no, I guess an overflow belt would work here as well. Yeah, I guess an overflow belt works here. I would like to disable this one, though. This is going to be a little bit wasteful. There'll end up being some, I don't know if I needed that power pole. There will end up being some bio crud on this belt. But basically, this one is the one that carries the Cottongut signal. Cottongut regular. Not stud. That one. And we're only supposed to steal if fish on that belt is greater than 2. And that would imply that fish have backed up sufficiently. And then we can steal the eggs that are starting to back up. Man, what a crazy system. I don't even know what's happening, to be perfectly honest, but it is, I think, gonna work. Oof. Yikers. Get rid of some more fish so that can run. All right, well, anyway, after all that nonsense, we now have fish eggs that will come if we have extra fish eggs to help us produce cotton guts. So we'll have a prandium lab or 2. We don't even need a repro complex, which is weird for this one. The prandium lab is the repro complex for cotton gut studs, which is odd, I will say. And then we'll put some seaweed production down here. All right, I'm just gonna do this. Something simple. We'll at least put it on the same side of the belt, because we're certainly not going to need 2 sides of the belt. Give us a lamp, will ya? I think I even have seaweed. No, I got rid of it! No! And we haven't made our first cotton guts yet, have we? Oh, we have to figure out how many I'm gonna make. How many do we need for this first loop? So the stud pups, we've got an 80% chance, and we've got a 50% chance of losing a stud. So that's okay, we gotta keep that in mind. And then the pups, we do have a guaranteed, every pup that we get does get raised into a full stud. So technically we need an infinite amount of studs, because if our luck is bad, we could just fail over and over and over again. But I think, I mean, we're already at a 90% to have this go properly first. Well, yeah, because we have to fail the 80% and we have to fail the 50% to not, to actually fail. There's only a 10% shot to fail on the first go round. There's even another 50% that return. No, sorry, that's a regular cotton gut pup. What is that about? Is that just to be annoying? Why is there 50% for a pup that's not a stud pup? That seems really random. And it almost seems like it's representing the stud turns into a pup, but that wouldn't make any sense. So that can't be what's happening. But it feels like it's almost like there's a half chance that one of the studs gets demoted into a pup, but that makes 0 sense at all. So it must just be to kind of represent that you don't always get studs from stud reproduction. But even then, I feel like I don't fully understand why it's a 50% chance for one of them. You know, I don't know. Whatever. The point is, we need probably 3 cotton gut studs. And then we have a much better chance of success than 90%. So let's at least go grab the materials for that, and then we'll probably call it an episode. It's starting to get to be a long one already. The fish are not running. Why are the fish not running? Okay. I think we're actually okay now. Here, yeah, let's grab the fish eggs. There we go, there we go. Now we're cooking fish. Now we're cooking seafood, okay. Man, that was crazy. Look at this nightmare, though. An absolute casserole. If you get the reference, you get the reference. Wow. This is just... I need a screenshot, but it keeps moving on me. Stop. This is what Factorio is all about. Look, if you can't handle me at my this, then you don't deserve me at my best. That's just good stuff right there, let me tell you. All right, so what are we grabbing? We need a few things. Let's make... We need 6. Oh my god, 50 circuits each. That's okay, I only need 6 of them, but still. A lot of circuits. All right, that's 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we got those. And then, what am I doing? Automation science, we need, I think it's 100 per, right? 300. Did I do that right? I think. Yeah, because it's the mouse DNA samples need 100 each. And then I need 9 cDNA. And that should be good to go. Turn over to the west. So 9 cDNA. By the way, seems to be having an issue. Yeah, he just seems to be stuck. He's not waiting, but he's also... Yeah, let's fix you. Since we're here, so load. Oh, so delete, unload. Delete, unload. Oh, shoot, but is he... Was he meant to unload something somewhere else? I don't think he was. Mr. cDNA, eDNA. I think he was only loading steel, biosample, and those. And over there. Okay. Alright, well now he's back to roaming. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, because I don't think we've seen any cDNA for... Yeah. 5 hours. So we need to check on that. Check on cDNA production. Alright. Head to the west, get the little mice. You roll your dice, you move your mice. You're gonna be mouse DNA sample. And we need 3 of these things. And then I need, was it 15? To make the mice? Is that right? Yes. And then we need 15 biosamples. And then the mouse DNA samples will be automated, fed, and then the codices, I need 3 in here, and then I need water. And that'll do it. Cottonguts shall begin. Sweet. Okay, well, we're gonna call that an episode then. As always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next episode.